Wondering who's making soccer look like a walk in the park in the Premier League? Let's talk Phil Foden. This kid's not just playing soccer, he's rewriting the rulebook with every move, learning from the best like he's got soccer legends on speed dial. And then turning all that knowledge into pure gold on the pitch. But what's Phil's secret? Is it the silky skills, the jaw-dropping records, or that magic touch that even the big names can't fully explain? Join us as we dive deep into the world of Phil Foden, the soccer magician who's showing us all how the game should be played. Meet Phil Foden, the young English soccer sensation taking the Premier League by storm. Sticking with Manchester City instead of going out on loan, Foden's been soaking up wisdom for two of the game's legends. David Silva, one of the slickest creators ever, and Pep Guardiola, a managerial genius. After Silva took off to Real Sociedad post the 2019-20 season, Foden, then just 20, saw his game time shoot up. Guardiola's got no doubt about it. He's coaching a future superstar. Gareth Southgate's got a gem for the national team. Guardiola raved, having worked with some of the best in the biz. He ranks Foden right up there with the greatest. This kid's journey in football, it's like watching a star shoot straight to the top. Let's zoom into the story of Phil Foden, a soccer prodigy who's absolutely owning the game. Born on May 28, 2000, Phil is an English midfielder who's making waves at Manchester City and for the England national team. Back in 2017, Foden rocketed into the soccer world spotlight. How? By bagging the FIFA Under-17 World Cup Golden Ball Award as England snagged the Under-17 World Cup. That very year, he kicked off his journey with Manchester City, and by December, he was already scooping up the BBC Young Sports Personality of the Year award. Fast forward to now, and Foden's racked up over 200 appearances for Manchester City, bagging a whopping 14 trophies. This includes a legendary continental treble in the 2022-23 season. And get this, he was the youngest ever to win a Premier League winners' medal in 2018. The records didn't stop there. In 2019, he became City's youngest goal scorer in the UEFA Champions League, and the youngest English player to start and score in the knockout stages. And for the cherry on top, he clinched the Premier League Young Player of the Season and the PFA Young Player of the Year in both 2021 and 2022. On the international stage, Foden's worn the England jersey across youth levels before stepping up to the senior squad in September 2020. He's represented England in some of the biggest tournaments, including UEFA, Euro 2020, and the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Basically, Phil Foden's football journey is like a thrilling ride that's just getting started. Phil Foden is like a soccer wizard straight out of Manchester City's midfield. A true English gem with a twist. Imagine him, a lad from Stockport, dazzling on the field with moves you'd swear were taught in Spain. His first touch? Magic. His control and balance? Like he's dancing on the pitch. Foden's got skills that remind folks of a young Jack Wilshere. Always slick, turning on a dime, and moving the ball like he's playing chess. Thinking steps ahead. And just like Wilshere, he's got this incredible knack for slipping past defenders as if they're just shadows. It's like Foden's not just playing football, he's putting on a masterclass at midfield mastery. Here's the scoop. All those flashy labels like wonderkid or golden boy that people throw around, yeah, they're way too small for Phil Foden. Right now, this guy is like the superhero you can't leave out of your team, especially when you're talking about one of the best squads in Europe. He's so good. He's got stars like Raheem Sterling and Ferran Torres warming the bench. When it comes to skill, Foden's practically breathing down the necks of the top dogs in the England team, and he's just getting started. Bet on it, Foden's name is already inked into Gareth Southgate's lineup for Euro 2020. This isn't just potential we're talking about, it's pure soccer genius in action. Despite all the high praise, pinning down what makes Phil Foden so amazing isn't easy. Joel Latibeaudiere, who led England's Under-17 squad to World Cup glory, summed it up perfectly. Talking about Foden, he simply said, "Phil is just Phil. He's just special. That's it. No fancy descriptions, no long lists of attributes, just special." Guess what? Even Pep Guardiola, the genius coach himself, was totally blown away by Phil Foden right from the start. Back in 2017, after seeing Foden play for the first time, Guardiola was like a kid in a candy store, hardly able to express how amazed he was. "This kid is a treasure for us. He's something else." He couldn't stop raving. So we're not just chatting about a player with some skills here, we're talking about a soccer marvel, the kind that's hard to describe with just words. Phil Foden, he's playing in a league all by himself, setting new standards and leaving everyone else wondering, how does he do it? Seriously, Foden's not just playing the game, he's redefining it. Phil Foden's road to stardom hasn't been all smooth sailing. Like any rising star, he's facing his share of bumps along the way. Think less playing time than he'd like, a few slips in discipline, and the challenge of living up to Guardiola's super high standards. And here's the kicker. Through it all, there's been this unbeatable vibe of uncertainty. With Guardiola's genius coaching, Foden is on track to become one of the planet's top midfielders. He's the coach's dream student, always eager to learn and improve. And while we might not yet grasp the full extent of how awesome Foden can become, one thing's for sure. Looking at how much he's achieved in such a short time, the sky's the limit for this guy. Phil Foden isn't just making waves, he's setting the blueprint for the future of football. Pep Guardiola didn't hold back last Wednesday. He was all in on Phil Foden. "You've got to see this kid play," he said. Only 20, and his stats are already blowing past some of the biggest legends in English soccer. Games, goals, assists, you name it. He's acing it. And then, bam! That goal against Brighton? Pure genius. Foden made scoring look as easy as tossing a paper ball into a bin. It was like he was saying, "What's the big deal?" But let me tell you, it was a big deal. That moment, it was just a sneak peek into how Phil Foden is zooming his way to the top of his soccer's A-list. Watch out, world, because Foden's just getting started, and he's already turning the game into his own personal highlight reel. Just like magic. That's the vibe after Phil Foden lit up the game against Brentford, nailing a stunning hat-trick and steering Manchester City to a thrilling 3-1 away win. Fans are going wild, and Pep Guardiola is leading the cheer, totally wowed by Foden's game-changing performance. Even with big names like Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez not hitting the mark this time, Foden stole the show and bagged all 3 points for his team, all by himself. In the buzz of the post-match chat, Guardiola was all praises, saying he's rarely seen a player who dances through the opposition and strikes with precision like Foden. It's like he's got this radar for the goal, sneaking through tight spaces, and then bam, striking like a knife. Goals, assists, you name it, he's got it all. Truly one of a kind, Guardiola raved. And there you have it, folks, the incredible journey of Phil Foden, a young prodigy turning the world of soccer on its head. From his early days to lighting up the Premier League, Phil has shown time and time again that he's not just another player on the field. He's a game changer, a record breaker, and without a doubt a footballing phenomenon. Through silky skills, a relentless work ethic, and a touch of magic, Foden has carved out a place for himself among soccer's elite, all while making it look as easy as a stroll in the park. But what makes Phil truly special isn't just the goals, the assists, or even the titles. It's his ability to keep us all watching, waiting to see what he'll do next. Whether you're a diehard Manchester City fan, a follower of England's national team, or just a lover of beautiful football, Phil Foden's journey is one we're all lucky to witness. So as we keep our eyes peeled for Phil's next move, let's not forget to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow soccer enthusiasts, and subscribe for more content that brings the magic of football right to your screen. With Phil Foden on the pitch, you never know when you'll witness the next unforgettable moment in soccer history. Stay tuned and keep celebrating the beautiful game together.